we observe a Yandere-looking girl saying, "Darling, I finally caught you. I will never let you go," with some handcuffs in one of her hands. As she moved even closer to the main character, we observe her saying, "How about we stay together forever," with the handcuffs dangling. In the next few minutes, she has somehow gotten herself tangled up in the handcuffs. She couldn't understand, saying, "Oh, that's strange. I was supposed to put it on, darling. Why didn't it work? Come off," she screamed, and was very agitated. At last, she asked her darling to please take it off, and the main character took it off her hands. She was grateful that we observe how this time she has a knife in her hand while she says, "If darling and I cannot be together as one, then there is no need for us to exist in the world, right?" We observe the main character, who is scared of her, as he says, "Yumiko-chan, wait a second." We observe the main character's hand, which got rubbed against a pencil and got nicked. Seeing this in the next scene, we observe the girl crying over the main character getting a little pinch on his hand as she says, while crying, "Are you okay? That hurt, didn't it? I'm sorry I startled you." The main character just said, "I'm fine, don't cry, don't worry," the main character said. "By the way, that knife." She tells us about how the knife is just a toy. What the hell would you have possibly done with the toy? We observe this time. She has a cage as she leans against it, saying, "Darling, look, it's a cage. Prepare for darling." We observe her dangling closer to it, saying that she's going to lock darling up in this and take care of him forever and ever as she invited him to come. Well, in the next second, we observe how the main character and ourselves are both in the cage together, as she could not understand but was blushing. She tried to grab the keys, which were just out of her reach, as she says, "It's cramped in here. I will let us out. The keys are right there." But then after, we observe how she's getting comfortable there with the main character, saying, "We are so close, their hearts were pounding together." This time, it looks like she has baked a muffin for the main character as she says, "Darling, I made cupcakes. Try it." We observe her cheerfully letting the main character eat, saying, "How is it? Is it good?" The main character said, "Yes, it is delicious, but what's with the strange texture?" We observe our sighs creeping up as she says, "Foo-foo, you noticed? I added a secret ingredient in the cream." The main character couldn't believe it as he says, "No way." "Yes," while we observe the girl coming closer to the main character's ear and saying, "It's coconut chin." The main character thinks to himself, "That's just normal." He thanked God because he thought there was something strange in there, as the girl says, "Like putting my hair or something, but at first I thought of putting a part of me inside, darling. But I thought that it would be too much to be true." She thinks her sensitivity is abnormal, that we observe how this time. The main character was walking alone as he stopped in the middle, thinking about how he felt like someone was watching him. Around the pole, we observe how behind it was the girl, who was keeping an eye on the main character, saying, "That's right, I've been keeping an eye on darling the whole time. I need to know everything about you, darling, or I won't be satisfied. I need to know in secret," as we see her blushing. But in the next second, we observe a police officer asking her questions about how old she is, if she is a student, and that she shouldn't be late. This time, she just thinks to herself that she has been arrested and says sorry to the officer, but she got rescued by the main character. She thinks to herself about how she will do it next time. During the day, she hadn't learned any kind of lesson from today, but we observe how this time. The starting can be a bit airy and mischievous as she says, "Well, now that I'm finally home, it's time for a spell, black magic, so that darling and I can be together forever." We see her taking something out of the cage, calling it Hemakan. We observe that it's a hamster, as she holds it in her hand, saying, "I am going to sacrifice you." But when she looks closer towards the cute hamster in her hands, we observe her whole personality change, as she tries to resist its cuteness, saying, "It's impossible." We observe how the main character takes a look towards it, saying, "Oh, you